So cold calling is definitely one of the best ways to scale your agency if you have pretty much no money to your name and you just want to get people on your calendar the fastest way. Genuinely, you can get in front of a client or an owner as quickly as possible with cold calling. And I would say cold calling is one of the fastest ways to do it because it's all about conversations. The more conversations you could have with decision makers, the more likely you'll be able to book sales calls and make more money. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through our entire cold calling process, how we set it up on Go High Level, and how we structure everything to make sure everything is good to go. But before I hop into that, I want to show you guys the basics of how we do cold calling with Go High Level. So basically, like I said, cold calling is one of the fastest ways to get clients without ever having to spend any money. And we like to call this sweat equity, where you build your business directly from just calling people on the phone and turning them into a client, right? Now, we made thousands of dollars doing this, and like I said again, it's completely free, one of the best ways to do it. Now, cold calling the right way can fill your calendar with qualified appointments ready to buy instantly, one of the fastest ways. It's always good to have this system running because this is always a cheap system that can consistently grow your business just in the background to get those extra bookings and turn into sales. So just to give you some perspective, even after hitting 10K a month, our agency still used to this day cold calling as a way to scale because once you hire cold callers to do well, you can just let that run in the background and really just grow your systems. The one thing though, one issue with cold calling is sometimes they can be not as qualified. So it's up to you to make sure you call qualified leads. But at the end of the day, the only problem with cold calling genuinely is that people do it incorrectly, which results them into never booking any appointments, right? So we have a simple 3-step process in cold calling, booking appointments, and setting up systems with Go High Level. So the first thing we do is to find phone numbers to call leads. Pretty simple, right? That's all we need to do. So we find phone numbers, call them with your offer, and book them on your calendar. Very simple, but people overcomplicate this. So the first thing you're going to need, or the systems you're going to need Go High Level, right? A verified toll-free number and a system to record your calls on Go High Level to make sure everything's good to go. So I want to show you exactly how that works with our Go High Level system. So I'm here in Go High Level right now. Now, if I go to phone system, you're going to see that I actually have a phone number that we use to do cold calls. So you guys can see that I have multiple phone numbers in this system ready to use. Now, here's a really cool thing about cold calling with Go High Level. Now, if you know about cold SMS or sending text messages, there's a big problem with getting A2P verified, which really sucks. It's really annoying. However, with cold calling, you don't need that because as soon as you buy a phone number, you don't need to verify to send calls. I'll say it again. With a phone number from Go High Level, you don't need to verify to send calls, which is insane. And I realized this and it was amazing. So because of this, you could buy a phone number today and tomorrow start making calls. It's insane. So you can see you have different phone numbers for different types. You could, of course, have a toll-free number. You could have a local number, whatever the case may be. Now, here's what I highly recommend you guys do. If you want to do cold calling, I would say the first thing you should do is get a toll-free number. That's very easy to get. You go to add number here, right? Let's say you go to add phone number. Then what you want to do is choose a toll-free number, which is basically like a 1-800 number or a 188 number. If I scroll down here, you're probably going to see one. Boom. You're going to see one here because it doesn't have a location at the bottom. Now, with these type of phone numbers, they're a lot easier to actually get approved. And the thing is, you can just mask your own phone number above this number, right? So I just click here and then, of course, buy it as well. It's about $2.15 a month. Now, I want to go back and show you exactly how to make sure that the phone number that you get, you can actually mask over it. So let's say this 866 number is a toll-free number. I can actually mask my own number on this, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So all you need to do is get a verified caller ID. So what you can do is go here, go to verified caller IDs, then you can add a specific number that you want to add as a verified caller ID. So once you have a phone number that you think you can use to start cold calling, you can click here and then go to edit configuration. And what you can do is go to call forwarding. And right here where it says business phone number, you can actually type in your phone number that you want to mask your phone number over. So once you do this, every time you call someone's number, instead of seeing the 1-800 number, they're going to see your personal cell phone number. And that helps so much because once you're cold calling in your area and you see someone with a local number, it's much more likely they'll pick up the phone. It's just how it works, right? So you're gonna do that. So that's exactly how you would do that. Now, what we want to do is make sure that every phone number that you have also records the calls that you make, because you always want to record the calls so you can track what you're doing and make sure that you're saying the right things and you have the correct tonality and script. So what you can do is go to a certain number. Let's go to the bottom number here. Now, what you're going to want to do is you want to go to call recording and click yes and check this. Now, it's super important that you guys do this one thing so that your calls don't get destroyed. What you want to do is you want to uncheck the call recording message, because if you have a call recording message before someone picks up the phone, they will never answer. They're going to hang up immediately. It's going to sound very scammy. So make sure there's no call recording message so that as soon as they pick up the phone, the call will be recorded. So once you record the calls, it's going to show up in your conversations tab. And once it's in your conversations tab, you can use that for future reference, right? So once that's the case, you can pretty much just set that up and have that ready to go. So very simple setup on how to actually set up a phone number to do cold calling in Go High Level. Now the next step is to actually find the leads we need for Go High Level. Now what we want to do is use any system you want. You can either cold call people with local systems, you can cold call people with lead scrapers, but what I highly recommend you guys do is use something called outscraper.com. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like. All right, so now we're in outscraper.com. Now if you want me to walk you through exactly how we set it up, then of course click the link below, hop on a call with us and see if we're a good fit to work together to help you scale your agency. But I want to scroll down here to where it says basically the cold calling campaigns pack. So once you choose the right type of leads and the right type of client you want, you must go to the cold calling campaigns pack, because this is going to make sure your phone numbers are good. Now, what you're going to want is the phone numbers enricher, because you don't want to call phone numbers that don't exist. You don't want to call phone numbers that are landlines that are broken. You want to call phone numbers that are in service. So what you're going to want to do is use this cold calling campaigns pack. It costs about 0.013 cents per lead you'll get. And once you said that, it's actually very cheap to get these leads, and they'll be confirmed to be good enough for you to actually scale and grow your business. Now, once you have all these leads in place, there are two ways you could actually make these calls. You could either just call them yourself with your own phone or Go High Level and start ripping them immediately. Or what you can do is you can create a dialer in Go High Level. So for those of you who don't know, an auto dialer or a power dialer is just a system where you can put leads into an automation and it automatically calls them one by one. Very simple. So what you're going to want to do, I'm showing you exactly what it looks like right here. This is literally all you need to do for the power dialer. You just create a new automation, and in this automation, you click on manual call here. So what it's going to do, it's going to call every single person on that dialer, on that list, one by one, right? So it's going to go through the entire list or the exact number of people that you want to call to make sure you hit your numbers per day, right? Now, what I also suggest is, let's say you start calling and people either pick up or they don't pick up. You want to give them a tag just in case, so that you know if you call them once, twice, 3 times, or whatever, right? And you could add that here, or if you want our exact snapshot, we have a snapshot that goes exactly into going through that as well. But basically, I want to go back and show you exactly how to just add them to the dialer in your conversations tab. So if I go back to conversations tab here, all you need to do really is just go to your contacts. So now that we're in contacts, all you need to do is choose the contacts you want, add trigger automation, and then choose the automation, which is the power dialer that you just had. So that's exactly how you use that power dialer to call people consistently, so you save time without having to call them yourself and pick up the phone, because it can get annoying, right? So that's exactly how you do cold calls when it comes to a power dialer in Go High Level. Now, if you want to do it manually, it's totally fine. You can as well. You can also use this spreadsheet here. So we have an exact spreadsheet to track all of your KPIs, and this is a lot better because it tracks your KPIs as you make calls. So you can see here, we have a system that we made ourselves. Of course, we have the business name, owner, niche, notes, and then we see the actual KPI that you need to hit for a cold call. So you check if they picked up, if there's a gatekeeper, you check if they pitched the owner, if there's a callback, and the appointment book. So let's say I put no here as a pickup, it's going to change, it's going to go to red here, you can see. So basically it tracks everything. Now you want to have your KPIs in the back end. So if we go back to KPIs here, you can see that it tracks all the numbers that we want. So we check up the pickup rate, the pitch rate, and the pitch to appointment rate. So these 3 numbers are exactly what you're going to want to use and understand to scale correctly. So that's exactly what you want to do with these systems here. Now, I hope this video gave you guys a lot of value. Like I said, if you guys want to have one-to-one help and want to actually scale efficiently and fill your calendar, click the link below, hop on a call with us, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together. But hope this video gave you guys value, and I'll see you guys in the next one.